Thank you for tuning in. Today, I thought I would do a quick little energy reading for the week ahead with my dog, if you're watching this on YouTube. I'm definitely not an astrologer or anything like that, so you're not going to get like an astrology kind of reading for me, but there were a few things that I noticed because I do pay attention to the moon cycles a lot that are standing out this week, and a few other things that are coming up. So yeah, I thought I'd pull some cards like with those things in mind. The first thing that I thought I would mention would obviously be that we're in Taurus season now. I don't know if it's just me, but everything just feels so much more chill at the moment. I feel a lot lazier, to be honest. But that's kind of a good thing for me because I'm definitely a bit of an overachiever. So it gives me a chance to like chill the fuck out and just enjoy small things. Like I painted some pots yesterday or the day before and it was just super chill, and I don't do anything like that very often anymore. So yeah, I just feel like at the moment the energy is very slow and a lot calmer, especially because we've just come out of Aries season as well, which is quite go, 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 go. Taurus season is probably like my favorite season, to be honest. Taurus and Gemini season, they're a great time. But yeah, not only are we in Taurus season, but we are currently in the waning moon phase, which is where the full moon has already been and gone, and now the moon is continuing to get smaller. And I believe that the new moon is on Saturday, which is the 30th of April. So I feel like the energy for this week is kind of like slowing down and reflecting on what we've achieved and kind of getting clear on what our intentions are going to be for the new moon. Especially if you're someone who like, you know, does like moon intentions and stuff like that. I definitely do. Keeps me sane and grounded and just, I don't know, keeps me on check with like my goals and stuff. So also here in the Southern Hemisphere, we have Samhain on, I believe on Sunday, which is the 1st of May. I think other people might celebrate it on the 30th of April as well, so it could be like Saturday, Sunday. But basically what that is our Halloween here down in the Southern Hemisphere world. It's one of the pagan holidays on the wheel of the year, and it is a time where the veil is lifted. So it's kind of like a time of honouring past loved ones, doing protection work, because like the veil is supposed to be a little bit thinner. So if like your house is prone to like weird shit, apparently this is a good time to, you know, do some cleansing and protection work kind of stuff. I can't really like delve too deep on that because like that's something that I am personally like learning a little bit more about. But yeah, I just thought that I would mention that because just another thing that's energetically happening within this week. Yeah, I just thought that I would like throw them out there in case anyone was interested. And I guess taking those things into account, let's pull some cards. I've got a couple decks here. I've obviously got the tarot, which I will always use, but I've got the Sacred Forest Oracle, so I might pull a couple of those. And this one that I just got, I've been wanting this one for ages, funnily enough. It's called the Wild Offering Oracle. I just realized that like if you're listening to this on the podcast, you're not going to be able to see it. That's kind of why I like didn't want to put the readings onto the podcast because you can't really see the cards, but I feel like because it's not a pick a card reading, me explaining like what's coming up is going to be like good enough anyway, whereas a pick a card reading I feel like is a little bit more visual. So yeah, I'm just going to chuck this on the podcast anyway, even though I said I wasn't going to do that. But this, the Wild Offering Oracle, I have been wanting this for freaking ages, and I thought that I would have to buy it online because that's the only time I've ever seen it was like on Amazon. And then I went into a shop over the weekend and it was just sitting right there on the day that I was going to do my very first pick a card reading on my YouTube channel. So that's fate. So we're going to be using some of that. It's very pretty, by the way. So yeah, basically this is just going to be a general reading for like the energies, the themes that might be coming up from today, which is what is the day today? The 25th of April, and then going on to the 1st of May, which is Samhain. So, yeah. So what I've pulled is focus, passage, and new beginnings. What I get from this passage card is like definitely that slowing down kind of energy, like as you're going through a doorway, but it's like that feeling things out before you get to the other side kind of energy, if that makes sense. I feel like the word focus can be associated with productivity a lot of the time as well, but I feel like this card in this instance is kind of talking about how slowing down and feeling things out is going to allow us to focus more on the things that we should be focusing on, if that makes sense. This one just fell out. And trust. Trusting the process. So I think, a lot of letting go of control over, we've got like a card here that's like, a couple cards here that have actually like flipped over in the deck that I did not notice. Yeah, uncertainty and refuge. So refuge like is referring to like coming back into yourself, and I guess like having that safe space. For me, this garden at the moment is my refuge. And yeah, just creating like a sanctuary for yourself to chill the fuck out, Taurus vibes. And yeah, the uncertainty is, like referring back to this trust card, definitely. Sometimes we need to let go of knowing everything and having everything figured out. This is definitely like a slow time to process and trust that some things are just going to be figured out for us. So I'm just moving on into the tarot. Three of Swords, which isn't always a pleasant card to be pulling, but nothing is ever like bad in the tarot. Yeah, self-limiting beliefs. I think maybe like for some people this is going to be a time where we're processing like moments where we feel like we may have been backstabbed or betrayed. And I think letting go of blaming yourself for certain things, because I think sometimes when things come up or people do things to you and you're like, that was really shitty, I don't know why they would do that to me, like what did I do to be treated that way? And sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes it's about other people and their shit. So I think that at the moment, like this week might be a time of like processing things and basically just kind of letting things be what they are, instead of trying to figure things out and be like, what actually was this? What's the deeper meaning behind this? Sometimes there isn't a deeper meaning behind shitty things. Sometimes shitty things just happen and that's just what it is. And we've also got Death reversed here. So that's like inner transformation, and the Eight of Swords. So self-limiting beliefs. Like she is completely free. She looks like she could be trapped, right? She definitely looks like she believes that she's trapped, right? But if she just wriggled out of those bandages, she'd be free. So, not everyone is out to get you. And sometimes, like, you might be, like, overlaying or overthinking a situation. that involves someone else, but they don't even have you on their mind, right? So I think it's the energy for this week is a little bit more inward focused, and coming back into yourself and what's important to you, and kind of like pushing aside, so like kind of calling your energy back into yourself, if that makes sense, instead of giving your energy away to people who probably aren't even giving you a second thought. We've got Knight of Pentacles here too, and then Five of Swords. That's funny that I was like talking about kind of like people being shitty towards you, and maybe like impatience with people as well. Sometimes people will come around in their own time. That just flew out. What was that? Patience. Patience is a big theme at the moment. Even I've been pulling this card for myself a lot. Yeah, Two of Cups, relationships. Yeah, now is the time to like get... Oh, my dog is just groaning every 2 seconds. Now's the time to connect with the people who are giving you the time of day. Or even just like the things that give you the time of day. Like, give yourself the time of day. If you've got like, like a hobby that really like fills your soul, go and pursue it. If you want to watch like a series on Netflix that you've been wanting to watch for ages, like stop scrolling and just go and do it. You know what I mean? This is a time where you're like filling your own cup up, I guess acknowledging, and I feel like there's a lot of processing in this week as well, with certain situations, and just kind of like allowing yourself to let it be what it is and to just move on. But like it's not really a loss. Obviously, like this is a very general reading, so like it could have different meanings or like resonate different for different people, because while we're in Taurus season, while we're in the waning moon phase, like that doesn't mean that absolutely everyone is going through the exact same situation. So the last card we've got here is confidence. So coming back into yourself, giving yourself the time of day. Sorry, my camera card just went full, so like I don't have any more video to add to this. If you're on the podcast, this doesn't really affect you anyway, but I just thought I would finish up. We pulled the confidence card from the Wild Offering Oracle, and yeah, I just feel like this is definitely like a week where we're coming back into ourselves, doing things that fill us up and relax us, because sometimes that pause is like exactly what we're needing in order to get clarity. So yeah, just filling up our own cup, and yeah, just doing more things that bring you life and paying less attention to people, things, places, whatever it is that don't. But yeah, allowing yourself to process whatever has happened with you over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I hope that resonated, and yeah, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day and your week. Bye.